Okay, I just want to make sure that I'm live wherever I need to be live and that everything is working. So if you're in the comments, please let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me, if we're good. Okay, okay, I think we're good. Welcome everybody to another episode of the Overthinking Football Show. This, of course, is a watch-along because we love South African football. We love African football. We were in Africa on Friday, and now today we're going to have another league game. Yesterday we saw Orlando Pirates drawing, and then today Kaizer Chiefs is going to try and get something away from this Durban City team. Now, just a reminder of where these two teams are. Durban City are number 5, 20 points, 20 games played, 9 wins, 5 draws, 6 losses. They've got 19 goals scored, 14 conceded, for a grand total of 30 points. And right behind them is Kaizer Chiefs at number 6, 18 games played, 8 wins, 6 draws, 4 losses, 16 goals scored, 12 conceded, for a grand total of 30 points. But it's not good for Chiefs. Last 5 games, 4 losses with 1 win. The last win coming on the 8th of February versus Al Masri. But before that, most recently, they lost to Richards Bay, and before that, they lost to Orlando Pirates. Whereas Durban City comes into this game with 4 wins from their last 5 games. This is a team that has only 1 draw, so they haven't lost in their last 5 games. Last game out was a Nedbank win versus Arrows. Let me just start my timer. A Nedbank win versus Arrows, and then before that they drew 1-1 with Kukune. These two teams have met once before. I'm not counting the Marisburg years, but they've met once before, with Chiefs taking that game on the 31st of October 2025, where Chiefs won 1-0. Starting lineups: Darren Keat in goal, Mashiko Mkize, Nganana, Jalai, Jurgens, Pochin Pultaba, Mokwena, Magawana, and Kamatuka. Then, of course, Chiefs has Vuma in goal, Quinica Cross, Miguel, Solomons in goal for Mabue, Shabalala Lilepo Dupreez, and Duba. Yo, what type of day is it going to be, Chiefs fans? Yeah, are you going to be happy?
But I am a big Kaizer Chiefs fan. I have not supported any other football club. Ever.
Or is it going to be tears again?
Pastor. The Pitso 200 is a win.
So we will see what type of day this is going to be. Okay, let's talk a little bit about this game and what we think is going to happen here. Now, Chiefs. Why did he turn that way? Shoot to Priz boy. Shoot when Shem. Shoot Shem. Second 17 Joang. I'm so sad that fans are not coming to the game. Says Bongs. Well, Bongs, when you're one of the fans that did Chiefs, I you left. You left Chiefs, Hey, it was our boys, but it's not our boys anymore. Guys, please let me know what you think the score is going to be. And then remember, it's a very interactive show. You're going to be able to come in and speak to me live while we're here. Halftime, I'm going to let 5 people in to analyze with me so that we can speak about what we're seeing. And then, of course, in the second half, if we can reach 25,000 likes, I'll open it up. And and then we'll come in and I'll give you a minute or two to just tell me what you're seeing from the game. You do that by pressing the multi-guest button. If you're on TikTok, bottom of your screen, blue figure hugging a pink figure, you press it, you request, I let you in and you speak to me. But remember, you have to be following me in order for you to be able to get in. Okay, let's see. Just keeping myself entertained. The real hate watch was yesterday. Basement Band says draw. Zumelanga Usintabi, Magumza says 2-1. Continuation of good things, 2-1 loss. Hey, Pelalona, the rebel kadi ball possession. Kadi ball possession. Okay, so let's speak about what we're going to see here most probably. Now, The nice thing, I guess, that Chiefs is doing right now is that they've got Ndlovu and Mabue, who are going to be playing the 2 6s, as we can see from there. Which means that maybe we might have a little bit more of a defensive balance with Ndlovu there. Oh, Mikel. Oh, Mikel. Oh, Mikel. Oh, Kadile. Oh, Kadile Mikel already giving away fouls. He turned the wrong way. He turned the wrong way, and then Mokwena almost took that ball from him. Now, first foul in the back, yellow card loading, we know. So I'm hoping that those two, one of them really needs to sit back and help out that defense, the 2 center backs, as we've been crying about. I don't want to see Cross pushing up today. Cross needs to stay back. They need to play with almost a back 3. They need to play almost with a back 3 at all times. Solomons can go, but then Cross must always stay back. What's going to be very interesting is the center of the pitch at the top. Mdu is back into the lineup. I don't know how I feel about the front of Mdu, Dupriz, Duba and Lelepo. But I guess you have to try something different because the guys you have been putting on haven't really been working out. So it's going to be interesting to see how that one's going to pan out. Dupriz needs to score. Dupriz needs to score today to get something off of him. And Vuma Shem, if Vuma can just get a clean sheet today. Oh, if he can just get a clean sheet today. Here comes Chiefs on the counter. Mdu, where are you going?
Guys, lang disappoint and elevator hole.
Hi, Mdu, yo. Anyway, let's carry on. I know this team will win today because they just love disappointing us. Says Theodore. Hey, I know what's happening. When is Chiefs playing Downs? Isn't it early? Is it May? I know the derby is in April. Abakobo FC. Yabona ke Chiefs. Abantu bayasijwayela manje ngoba sijwayeliwa yini. Anyway, is it 5 May? Okay, 5 May. I wonder, you always ask questions about that midfield. But what I've seen is that a lot of teams struggle with the midfield. It's just that they're stronger in other positions. So you look at Pirates and even Sundowns to a degree. They also do struggle with the base of that midfield, that 6th position quite a bit, especially when they're trying to build out. But at least they have Abu Obri, they have Abu Dawood that they can play out with. Pirates has Abu Siema, Abu Hoto, Abu Ndaba. When they're on, they even don't Ndaba made a mistake yesterday, that they can play out with through different channels. And Chiefs doesn't really have that. So I think they struggle with that ball when it's at the back, trying to feed it up. Go, Vuvula boy. Look at how long it's going to take for a decision to be made. I hope it gets better. I want them to win against Sundowns. Chiefs under 1.5 says Aura, 4 losses. Yeah, no, the form guide is bad, guys. The form guide is bad. No, guys, sometimes you need to know who you're playing with at the back. You need to know. Miguel is somebody who gets excited. Ufuni Paula. He chases the ball, he runs out, he goes to danger. And he does it in such a way, it's before the other guys can get into position. So you have to know, I always say the best defenses have 2 people. You have a center back that is quiet, that is the leader, that is the director, and then you have somebody else who then is the pit bull, who's told where to go. The example I always use, Lakili Khwati and Roy Mahamudza. Roy, you never knew what was going to happen with Roy. Roy could kick someone today. Remember that picture where he kicked somebody in the balls from behind? But you have somebody there who can sort of direct them and tell them where to go. There's a leadership there. Chiefs. Oh, Solomons. Oh! Hey, Gunzima. I think Sundowns is the only team that doesn't really struggle in the mid. They do. If you watch the first half of Friday's game, in terms of build-up, they lost a lot of balls there until, you know, a couple of changes were made. I won't say the name because you guys are going to say I'm glazing him. Durban will film Moses Mabida up when Chiefs plays Makesi. Then next weekend, what is this thing called Chiefs? Where every player wants to score by themselves. Not even score. Every player feels that they need to take on people. You need to beat 2 or 3 players in order for you to feel like you've done something. You don't make the simple pass. We just saw it with Solomon's on the right-hand side. We see it with Umdu all the time. All the time. You want to run through 3 players, even when passes are available. I believe Vuma's going to give Durban City goals. We need a permanent break from Neturena. Kalo says that's true. I see Vilakazi open alive. He's not playing. Mang, ako benching. Nakiroko benching, Alcintabi. Is he on live right now? Hi, Alcintabi. Joang Alcintabi. No, Vilakazi is on the bench. He's meant to be on the bench. Eitazan Zipo, they are not properly trained. Ha! Austin Tabi. Live I think okay, iko Instagram. Durban City missing jersey number 8, Jordaan. Such a solid player. Keep an eye on Bochenpool. Hey. They are not properly trained, says Bongs. I think they were telling us about stats, possession and chance creation and all of that stuff. That's what Cedric Case was telling. No. Where are you going? Cross, where are you going? Can we please get back? Thank you. Skapa, not this game. You've got the ball. You're running this way. There's 3 defenders and a man on the other side of the defenders here. There's another one making a run in front of you. Which pass does Lilepo go for? Which pass does Lilepo? Corner Kaizer Chiefs, 11 minutes in. It's somewhere here, Andres. It's somewhere here. What do you see? Aye, guys, no. Duba was the pass in Kosiam, the guy. The hardest pass in Sizwa. The hardest pass. Butlali. My boy goes inside instead of just going here, right here. Nangumuntu. Aye. Corner kick Chiefs. Cleared by Durban City. One back by Chiefs at the top of the box. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Okay, maybe I'm just being harsh. Let me relax. We're only 12 minutes in. Retabon. Cross with a cross. Cleared by Durban City. Same old team, says Putin. It's the stress. No, hey, let me just calm down. Fezile, I'm not stressed. It's just that this team does the same things every week. That's my problem, Lebon. You are very optimistic today. You know what? Blood pressure.
Otakula. Mudimu uentse metsi. Inwa metsi utakula pelo itla tutumela. Otakula.
Let me relax. Maracross is offside. Mara guys, no awareness. Cross doing the same thing. Praoti, have you? No, I actually haven't. Random dude, I actually haven't. Are you a member of a branch OT? No. No, I'm not a member. But the plastic fence, it's fine. Vina said what he said. So no, I'm not a member of a branch. Me, branch, no. I'm a fan of football. Uncle Paul, relax. I see something this time, says Tobani. Unbelievable stat, the highest assisted. If Chiefs is ranked 33 and the assisted. Abuti Kuto, Agushereli class. Eish. Maybe calling black label, but maybe we must stop drinking this and bring calling black label. Quality of delivery in the PSL is overly stinking terrible. Okay, 14 seconds. I'm even dropping the mic, sorry. I'm even dropping the mic. Where's this magnet? Yeah? Just final. Durban City hasn't done anything themselves. That might be the only saving grace that Chiefs has here. Of course he's going to shoot. Family Business FC, massage an episode. Hey, guys. Tina, I wish them well, guys. Vina was saying you must leave Chiefs with immediate effect. I don't want to talk too much about Chiefs because next thing, I've got a protection order. Oh? Next thing, I've got a protection order. Hey! Okay, cross here from Chiefs. Last first post. I guess the sad part is that Durban City hasn't really done anything themselves here. It has, unfortunately, been Chiefs mostly the active team here. Putin, I don't know if these guys are training, guys. I don't know. Today, OT, you must play all of those annoying sounds when your team loses. Please, Katele. Okay, Naledi. Look. I'll give you a glimpse. I've got sounds.
I don't know what is going on with Chiefs. Since I've only started supporting Chiefs in 2023 because that's the first time I watched the PSL game.
Is there anything you want to say to the Kaizer Chiefs management?
I'm not sure, but I don't expect much from Chiefs this season.
Is there anything else you want?
I've got the sounds. Don't worry. I don't have sound. I've got the sounds for every team of ours that we follow. I've got the sounds, guys. Caesar says, Pechile today. Peche Malin. Michelle says, hello, non-branch members who stayed at home. Chiefs is highest assister but ranked 33rd on the list of assisters. Case didn't show this. This is only saying Kibona champion score 1-0 says Pastor John Stereophonic, the poor boy. It's like we're watching NFT team, says Utumi. Oti, my brother, please eat now. Who knows? Maybe you'll channel some positive energy. Hey, guys, wait, guys. Mukaba so too much. Maybe Chiefs is what I need. Maybe Chiefs is what I need. 16 minutes in, still 0-0. I don't think we've seen a shot yet. Well, at least a shot on target. We haven't seen a shot on target just yet. Here comes Durban City. Why go wide? What is with South African teams? You go all the way wide knowing that you can't cross. Can somebody make the run? Where's Dupreez? Yes, please, make the run. Mnandiko Phillies game only. Shem says random dude. Caesar says OT, who can play in the tight pockets because Lilepo can't. You know, when I spoke about the foreign players, the Sundowns, and I'm even going to give Abo Aubrey, Nabo Mokwena credit too. Why is it that our players love to make unnecessary passes? Like they're trying the most unnecessary Hollywood, cross there. Konomunti standing right there next to you. Why would you take it all the way and play it inside? Nangumtu. Why would you do that? And then Abonuno Santo, Nabo Sales Lana, when they're making the simple passes for the assists. Yeah, foreigners. Nah, these ones weren't training, they went paintball shooting. Strike FC, for the first time ever, I'm supporting a team that's playing against Kaizer Chiefs as Ninja President. Chiefs really need to capitalize from City building from the back. That's what I'm saying. City hasn't even been good. They haven't been good. The forward press from Chiefs has actually been winning a lot of balls. But what they're doing with those balls, I just hope they score like that random goal, that random header. And then they take it from there. Keith, start the counter. Start the counter. There's an overlap on the other side. Okay, sorry, Fezile. Fezile, sorry. Sorry, ngithanda ukuxolisa.
Taz, you're pirate.
Ngithanda ukuxolisa, guys, please. What happened if Chiefs loses this game? How should Kosi fans react? I don't think it matters how you react. I don't think it matters. Mina, my heart was broken when Tate Kaizer, Big Kaizer Chinchakuluva, when he did the interview with BBK and he was blaming social media and blaming the impatience of fans and saying that, you know, every league has a team that dominates. And Sundowns is the dominating team. They just have to wait for it to fall. But it's normal for it to be like this. That's when I saw that I guess the attitude inside Chiefs has changed when it comes to the league and all of that stuff. So I don't think it matters how the fans react. Unless they're reacting ultra positively. Your negative cries are not heard. But when you guys get angry, happy, and things are trending, and jerseys are being sold, and all of that stuff, they just have to do enough to. Guys, there's a. No, Duba, how can you be angry? He's open. Again, you're looking at, there's a run right in front of you. There's a guy running. Oh, there's a guy running outside. There's a run that has to beat two defenders. He plays it into the two defenders. I don't understand. I can't even hate watch Chiefs. How the mighty has fallen since agent. Two must be loaned to Amatags. Yo. Someone won't allow that. Motaung FC. Chiefs players, everyone wants to do things themselves. What does them do doing OT? My question is not being answered. Who can play in tight pockets here, if anyone? Velepa, he most probably. On form Sereno, maybe. I think I would try Mabaso in those pockets, but yeah, that's about it. Chiefs met yesterday for camp. The last time they saw each other was after the Richards Bay games as a random dude. A nice game to do some stat peddling. I just hope they get the random goal and go home. Putin, no sense of agency when needed. Impatient Ganjani, 10 years young. The lady says your shouting makes it worse. So, guys, I can't control it. This team is frustrating. This team is frustrating. It's a very frustrating watch. Especially Magui team, there's a lot going on, man.
There's a lot going on here.
Our problem, we don't play like a team, we don't pass to each other. No, they don't even see each other. They don't even see each other on the pitch. Like I've been saying that even at a base level, one of my favorite coach quotes is from Harry Redknapp, where Harry Redknapp says, he doesn't really focus on tactics. Tactics is not the focus. He's more worried about the relationship between the players. So there's a point where Nichima so much together that even tactics aside, you have to understand what the other guy likes. Loltan desfubeni, or natswanzo dlaledi trupasi for him to catch on to it. This one doesn't like to do this. Lorna is a person who likes to make runs. He doesn't like to dribble. There's a team chemistry that you get after Nchima for a while. Like, just forget about anything else. Even Pirates, if you watch Pirates, tactically a lot of the times, it's not tactics that are playing, it's the relationships between the players. That's why I think De Jong can't fit properly. But then when you watch this Chiefs team, even that, even just a small thing like that, just to go, yazini guys, mina nyamazu George. George akafuna ukudribula, I need to play the ball through. They don't even have just that, just a chemistry, understanding, man. Making me feel so much better. I just want them to score. Chaisa le 1-0, ni defend, is hambi. Chiefs can't even do simple passes. Waste of hate watch Jonale. Nyalala Mina says, or someone won't allow that at tax. Agent, you were with me. Agent, you were with me. You know, that's why I didn't want to say names, but you were with me. You know the story. You were there. You were there. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, I'm coming down, guys. Ow. Ow. Fans are angry, guys. The stadium is empty. I honestly think Chiefs is the worst fans in the big three. Even their songs, Jackie Funeral. Slella 1 goal. The Chiefs has already fallen. I feel better about yesterday already, even if you win. Dangaman says, Otiha, this is not a team. It's not a team. The team doesn't have a thinker. Tinas Polile Oti, feel the burn today today. Mara guys, relaxan, guys. There's still a chance. Oh, headed over there by Durban City. There's a corner by Durban City that was headed over. Chiefs is more individual brilliance type of vibe. Durban City won't allow them. Tactics are also important as relationships. How do you know how the other player plays? No, but what I'm saying, Bongs, is that you play together enough. You know, Nasekas, I mean, all of us have played, or most of us here have played football in some way or another. You know that, okay, I know how to pass this one, I know how to do this. Tactics then overlay on top. I'm just saying that when you don't have the tactics and you don't have the relationship, I guess those are the questions you have to ask, in that, okay, guys, even that, don't you guys get along? Nasichimini, how many times in Chima together? Like, what is going on with the chemistry of the team? What is going on with the, you know, some teams lose, but you see that, okay, at least they're together. You know? Hey, old man kid almost lost that ball. How the mighty have fallen. Even SABC doesn't want to televise Chiefs, but hey. Kaizer Chiefs must try LinkedIn and look for new players. Who is the playmaker at Chiefs? We don't have one. We don't have one. I was hoping Mabue or Ecele would step into that role, honestly speaking. But we don't have one. And even, I think Chiefs just really wants to get into, Hebanna. Nialo kanti. How? Nialo kanti. Cross almost losing the ball there. Yeah, Pochenpool. Is it Pochenpool? I think he did too much there. Number 14. Come on. Oh, Kamatuka. Hey, he did too much there. How are you doing, Tins? Do they even gym? Chiefs will help Pirates win the league. Bafana. Bafuruk better nanje. Father God send help. Oh. Hey. Pastor George, where is it? So yeah, that's what I was saying, that for me, even just that, like, you look for that. That's what's scaring me about the team. It's not even about the losses or anything like that. It's just that, you know, they're not getting together to at the very least show that, okay, guys, siyadlala, or we've got something here, you know? But it's fine, Chiefs fans.
I'm scared, but I'll tie the liver.
And so far, Durban City has been pop, if we're being honest. Nabo, they've been having pretty much the same mistakes on their side too, where they get into really good positions, and it's number, come on, it's either Jurgens, I think it's Jurgens. Yeah, Jurgens keeps giving the ball away very cheaply in very dangerous places. To who, Solomon? I said I'm gonna calm down. I said I'm gonna calm down. Let me calm down. Let me calm down.
Upholiwe. Akutatazelwa kupholiwe.
Let me stop making a noise and tatazela.
bathini ukushika ngesizulu njalo
uqhaqhazela
waqhaqhazela why you qhaqhazeling my brother, relax go.
Pasapolo, Duba. See, every time you need to beat 3 players. Like it's like a thing at Chiefs where you have to beat 3 players and you have to try put into the top corner after dribbling 5 guys instead of just making a pass. The next thing Chiefs coaches will tell you about ball distribution. These players were offline. Can't Chiefs just play today? On stats, Chiefs is winning. On stats, Sereng XG, Copa XG mon. And like, does SofaScore have the advanced stats? I wanna see something. Kabatao Shapa ka Cedric Case. Let's see the stats. Durban City. Okay, 4 shots, none on target so far. 1 shot from Durban City, also not on target. 7 touches in the opposition box versus 1 from Durban City. Accurate passes, 129 for Chiefs versus 59 for Durban City. Final third entries, 15 from Kaizer Chiefs, 7 from Durban City. Duels. Durban City has been dispossessed 7 times versus Chiefs is 5. Recoveries. There's been 18 recoveries by Durban City and 15 by Chiefs. Kiri stats. Like it's about stats. By all intents and purposes, Chiefs should be winning this game by far. Ningalwi, guys. Hey. Decision making in the final third is very poor, very poor. Everyone is trying to be a hero. Yazi Alali Durban City attack, so Chiefs uses SofaScore. Not even paid opt. When I agent. It's fine, we'll hire Opta Chabu. These players don't appreciate the fandom. Nalit says you and the Chiefs, you're shy Sundowns on the 5th leg. I'm yet to see miracles. We'll get a red card here, says Usman Aliso. Mtabi says, how did Durban City get all those wins? Remember, they went through changes. Durban City is one of those teams that has changed a lot. Gavin Hunt was there with Ernst Middendorp. Middendorp and kind of was the technocrat. I'm forgetting his name now. Was there now recently. Middendorp is now gone himself. So it's Durban City that did well at some point, and then they just fell off after that. So a lot of the teams are killed by the amount of changes that happen throughout a season, and I think that's what's happening with Durban City. Where's Ndlovu going? You are lining up for a cross, and you're asking to Priest to deliver the ball. Do play it, thank you. Lilapo cut back. Do they even analyze these stats? No, they just read them. Oh, Sanbaran Bomaki says, welcome, welcome. What do fans want today? Win, lose, and why? It's funny win. It's funny win. Noma ganja, noma yini. Noma yini mngani wami. Noma yes, patela. Noma yini. OT is Tembisa Classic. No, it's Marisburg United. I can't let it Marisburg buy. Who bought Tembisa Classic's thing? Vuibobo, they're hanyani. Do delay that simple pass. I'm here to Minya says, don't waste why are you wasting your meaning credits? Why are you wasting your meaning credits? Guys, we're going through a tough time. Please leave us alone.
Tluela usheba batho ba bang. Tluela usheba batho ba bang. Etsa hore dintho di o etsahalle wena ka bo wena.
Likumkani says Chiefs is dead. Is it OJ? Is it man? Is it Tembisa Classic? Here comes Durban City on the attack 1v1. Miguel, unkosi yami now ushama step over wakuphi manje. You're going to shoot. Shot track down by Duba. Doing some defensive work there. I would, if you give me the ball versus Miguel, I'm looking for the foul 100%. Miguel's already got like 3 warnings so far. I am looking for the foul. I don't even care for the goal. Cross. Cross, yellow card. Cross, yellow card. Bambu muntu cross bamjikisile bambhekisa lena. Cross.
How? Kanjani manje? Kanjani?
Hi. Look. Every time Chiefs is looking for an answer for left back, it just falls away. Cross, Shinga, Happy. I don't think Happy got a proper run there. Happy, Marco. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's what I was asking, Bogs. That's what I was asking. OT keeps crashing out. Then Nasbambe, he gets back to crashing out. Kunzima.
Wena kancane uyavela wena. Wena kancane wena uyavela. Uyavela.
But you alvugi polalan. Tembisa Classic. Okay. I wish Chiefs to lose, says Nick. Nick, why? Mutole says this Chiefs is very poor, man. They must release everyone. Kematata fella kone Chorena says Fandinom. Pablo says it feels like I'm watching a Hollywood Bets regional league game.
Sesiyajwayelana manje. Sesiyajwayelana manje. Ngathi zingane. No, lingayenzi lento.
Bruce.
We must respect each other.
Yo. Bruce almost gave away the ball there, but then the Durban City player decided, Hushapari back heel. Hushapilari back heel. Relax, I'm too. But we don't have a coach here. Peterson is injured. The keeper's almost caught there. Position is crappy. Shot on target. You allow. No problem. Shot on target. Look, Durban City. Shabuari back heel. Kyo Kabel. Livetso and KP, but at least Chiefs will move away from 30 points to 31. Do or die, and he died. Ah, Tori. Do selfish OT. Thank you so much, Bobo. We will celebrate, Mara. We will celebrate. We want a win. You know, you want a win from your team. You celebrate the win from your team. Thank you for the gift, Masi, Mapule, Fezile, guys. Thank you so much for the gifts. Guys, please tap the screen. Tap the screen, tap the screen. Remember, halftime, I'm going to let 5 people in. I'm looking for 25,000 likes. In the second half, you'll be able to cry with me. You'll be able to jump in and cry with me here. What was the other option there from Do, if we're being honest? No, like, you know, sometimes let the game develop. Like, sometimes let the game develop. Like, I feel like when Chiefs gets into that, the attacking third, they're all rushing to be the one that takes the shot instead of letting the game develop. And when Chiefs has looked good at times in the season, it's come from sometimes just slowing down in the box. Don't rush for the big cross. Do a cutback to the top of the box. Don't do some of the things that they're doing, man. That's my issue. And they put themselves into spaces all the time where it's only to shoot. You only have an opportunity to shoot. And shoot thing takes four controlling. You have to control it 4 times in order for you to get into the place to shoot. And by that time, the defense is back. So when you look at Lilepo, you look at Mdu, even Duba was a culprit of this. When you watch them play, it's almost like they're playing to get the shot off by themselves. They're not playing to see what's going to open up or just to compose yourself enough. And it's not just a Chiefs problem. I want to highlight that. It's not just a Chiefs problem. It's a problem across our league where the guys don't have the composure to make the right choice. Right? They don't have that composure. You know, and all of our teams. Pirates has a similar problem. It's just that the number of chances that Pirates creates in a game is very high. So if you watch them in a vacuum and I give you 5 to 10 minutes and 15 minutes, you'll see that Pirates loses a lot of balls in the final third with the final decision, right? So again, I'm not saying that it's Chiefs or that, you know, Mdu is what. I'm just saying that this is something that we've seen a lot from the guys, and I can tell you the guys. I remember saying that Abolilepo are just upgrades or version 2.0's nyana of Bo Saile. What are Saile? Head down, shoot. Whatever situation you're in, do every situation. Trap the ball, put it here, fake left, put it right, shoot. Because you need to get to your right foot. Every position. Even when he runs on the wing, you know that he's not going to cross that ball. He's going to turn around. Like if you're a defender who studied who if they were to study teams, I don't know if they do Kopiasa, but anyway, there's certain movements you know of Chiefs. You see, certain movements you have to know. That's why you see, let the game develop. I prefer Velepai for that reason. He tends to, at least out of the Chiefs players, he's one of the better ones in terms of relaxing, getting the ball, protecting the ball when he needs protecting, crossing the ball when he needs crossing. Pasang polo, guys. Like, yo. Dupreez gets the ball before trying to chop it, instead of passing. That's why I'm saying that, like, you see them, Lapa Pambili, you see them. They all do the same thing. Lilepo, he doesn't do the sail king. There was a player from Manchester United, Valencia. He doesn't do that thing. He just runs directly into the guys and tries to shoot. But anyway, Oti, I couldn't join yesterday. Siwele, the goalkeeper, ruined my day. The Sundowns goalkeeper. Guys, is Ricardo Goss still on loan? Is Ricardo Goss still on loan? Zaze zaibulali team zinganzi kamtaung. Pablo says they must ask Pirates about Spitfire football and rushed attacks. Really, what is it we're watching here? Says Lukumkani. Guys, guys. Sansebal Chaise and not concede. That's all they need to do today. It's Mahopa, Mr. Oti. No! Guys! Think tool. Look. Chop. Top of the box cross. You see what I mean? Let the game develop. What did I just say? When Chiefs looks good in the box at times, it's when they don't go for the overcooked cross. They just hit it into the box at the top. There we go. It's just that, again, Dupreez takes 3 business days in order to put the ball down. Guys, football, I don't want to say simple, but like some of the things, you're excelling with the shots on target. Is it a crime to look up and pass? It's a crime, clearly. Clearly. Zomelo inhliziyo. I think phuza amanzi wami enhleke. Tambu is 0-0. He's still on loan. It's coming. Today I've got a lot of words to say. Marusis uzobakhona naye. The game yonke makusis, to sis, it doesn't mean anything anymore. They're playing nonsense, even fell asleep, lack of basics, says Umlambuli. Just relax sometimes, relax. Pasa polo. You see, who's coming to open up? Don't play it long, relax. No. Tang polong, 1 minute at a time. That tells you everything you need to know. When you see 1 minute, you just know what was happening in that half. You just know. Guys, remember, I'm going to let 5 people in half time and we'll see. Critical phases. Guys, can you please get it together? Just for 1 goal? Lilepo? Oh, dude. Oh. 3 business days. Khotrepa bolo. Ajike. I bear on the right foot. Side part is that, again, Durban City has not played well in this game. Jurgens gives away the ball so much. Ali won. Hey, my boy, I'm gonna shoot that boy. Okay, halftime it is. Let's see who's here. Hi guys, at least it's a clean sheet, guys. At least so far. It's a clean sheet. At least so far. There are shots on target. Coach K is happy. Sandy, so welcome. Please tell me what you're seeing here.
Unjani Titi OT?
How are you?
Sibukela ibhayisikophu la. Azi ibhayisikophu.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't know who coached uMduduzi ngokungakwazi ukubamba ibhola and become. Ufuna ukushutha nje, whether the space is there or not. Angazi uNdlovu wenzani esiswini. I don't know what we are playing. We had 10 days to regroup, come up with a proper and a clear plan. We still come back with the old mistakes. Same old mistakes. Akukho kuba cool on the ball. No box entries, even if it's a promising attack on the side, on the wings. Jay, I don't know what we are watching. Maybe we need a little bit of uvelebhayi with a pace. Umuntu okwazi ukucabanga mayegijima nebhola because lamfana ukwenza both.
Manje Sandiso ingalunga lento this season or kumele Chiefs resign nje ithi no, you know what, sizobona next season futhi.
Izobona ibuya nani. Indaba zobona bebuya nayo George. Kuba ngeke nje yabona i-Chiefs as long as it's arrogant management yet we are likely to see the same poor football. Arrogant management. How do you charge somebody for grievances? You want to charge that person. Are you listening to your supporters? Aye. But you know this game flat ngathi aba understandani bayaqala ukudlala today.
So ngifuna ukubuza ngeDurban City very quickly. I know sikhuluma ngeChiefs but honestly this is number 5 and number 6. And iDurban City nayo ayihlangani nabo, they lose balls at certain places. Uthini ngeDurban City in this game?
Durban City nje psychologically it's playing in their mind. Angithi ba in two minds mawubabukele. They don't know what the Chiefs can do even though be bad. So they play fearfully. They choose to sit back. Bafuna ukuyibamba kwi-transition kodwa iplaniwe ne-transition yabo. But nje badlala ukuyisaba i-Chiefs because abayazi ngenza ini anytime. Yayizwa leyo. They play with great respect. Bona kube bekuyi-team ebingayisabi i-Chiefs. Bengadlali benjalo ngabe sebelitholile igoli. And you look at the errors committed ilama build up from the back. Vuma mistakes. Miguel can't deal with diagonal passes. He can't pass the ball properly to his teammates. There are a lot of question marks in their defense.
Okay, no, so I'm gonna come back. Let me go to Pastor John. Pastor John, our Father God, please send help.
Send help. It's tough. It's tough. When I said champion score, I meant the way Chiefs is playing and the way that defense is taking, Durban City are gonna score. By some luck, we don't know. Look, that defense is not tested, to be honest. And what frustrates me is when Chiefs have the ball, no one is really opening up, but it is spacing a one. They make it seem like Durban City's rest defense and zonal marking is doing so well. You'd want to gloss over it, but it's because Chiefs players are not necessarily moving. Once the ball gets to the wing, the winger goes on the byline. And it seems like every attacker is waiting for a cutback, but no one is giving that misdirection to say, so that spacing. None of that is happening. So obviously that Durban City defense is just that area to cut that passing lane. And then these cutbacks are not, there's nothing that's threatening. And even if they do, all they do is just crowd that 18-yard area because none of these Chiefs players, there's no one to even cross maybe that ball and that there's a physical player that would, attack that ball. Nothing is there. It's frustrating to watch to an extent where you can feel that as much as they have much of the ball, that's why I even said in the comments, it's a good game to do some stat paddling. We're gonna give you some passes, the pass accuracy monate, shots on target. I mean, we have about 1-2 nyana. But they
shots on target. Hey, case.
So we're just that peddling. We're not.
But can I ask you? Is Chiefs trying to be a little bit too smart at times? Because Lilepo sometimes uko righty, sometimes uko lefty. Duba not defender at some point. Saleko Pili. Dupriz is on the right hand side, then he's on the left. And Du's popping up. Is it maybe that Chiefs are trying to be too complex? Kopili bazamadi high grade.
If you ask that question, then you should question the offensive awareness. To say, or as much as we are switching sides, are we being effective? And once again, those questions that I've been saying, where you have the ball, and then the first thought is that, okay, do I try and cut back or do I shoot? But then even if I try and cut back, where are the players? They're not there. That's why I say offensive awareness of the wingers or our attacking four is not there. So to say that they're trying to be smart, you're giving them too much credit. To be honest, you're giving them too much credit.
Okay, I'm gonna come back. How's Ntabi?
Abdoti.
How's Ntabi? Moya ufatsi so.
abana Motsepe butse pele before ke kena tabeng tsa Chiefs abana lona Brixton e lile mo la lo supporta game ka re pula e gana ka sefako la tswa botlhela branch ya ba Brixton ke batla pula e ke le re fa e ke le re ka hore le hore and then Motsepe game ya Chiefs today e ka re ke rona re bapalang di back to back Sundowns se bapala la bedi la boraro la bohlano mara game ya bona e more interesting ena e kgathetse ha ke tsebe ka re Chiefs go re ene bana le nako e ngata ba phomotse bana le nako e ngata hampe ba phomotse ntwe ba etsang yena honestly ba re bora go ha ke understand gore batho ba bapalang di game Monday to Monday bona ba re fa at least game e bona halang ya bora Chiefs today I don't want to lie. And then ke mang hape ana itse rona ga la ga re tla ja Sundowns ga re re tsore Sundowns re play for 6 goals le re tlweleng ka di 5 re tlo bafa hey Motsepe nna ke tsebe modudutsi kapo ba tshepile o ntse ke manyo a ntseng a mo coacha yo Ellen Legend tona le motho a ntseng a mo trainer mo ke a mona di video tsa hae le bana le ka re today o tla tswetsa ntwe phelang ha yetse ntwe phelang wa re tina a ke re ba chima ko Instagram fela o senthabe ntho ba itsebang ko etsa content hore re ba bone hore nyana ba kgona ke yona ntho ba itsebang ho lokile it's fine hore na no je management yona ye e file batho hore le a wina kapo ha le wini ha ona ntho e bontshang energy nyana o bontsha hore batho bana ihle ba gutla ba ikemiseditse something re ntse re bona ntho tse re tina like ha ntse re coachwa ke bo mal before ha ona anything e tshintshileng ha ona energy gore ha ba re Phoenix e tshwareyang e re tshepisang hore re a bona hore go tla loka aiyo
a o tsabe ke batla go botsa just go sighting o utlwile ntho e ne buiwa ke Stuart Baxter I believe
o bua nnete Stuart Baxter o na le mono a ke se bua ntho a sa itsebeng o bua nnete nna ke a mogolwa ene le ntho engwe hape e etsang hore dintho ka mo di be so ha bana ba mo ba ne ka ba tloa because ra tseba re le bana ba motho la ka ga ba 80 ho ntsona le me re tlo fapana teng ka mantswe so ho na le bo team junior ho na le bo team Bobby ho na le bo team how ke se loke no le no choosing ha bana ba ntate Motaung ba ke ba dule fatshe ba nele tlapa ho batho ba tsebang ka bolo ba sebetse ba tla enka hape ba idia ha ba bona hore tswela pele hai re kgathetse ke bona
okay I was telling baska o bona next door
no jena ba re tlontlolla le ha o ka fela mo ka fika ka bua le o se le mo ka go letsa butua ha o re kere le fala ha ile wa ntsa shebile ha ona ne ke se ba tlo re etsa re tlo fita mo re ba ditse hore e awa.
Hey, okay. No, Azutabi, Fezile, first half 0-0. I think Chiefs is now up to number 1 on chance created and pass completion.
Hayi mina othi ngicela ukukhuluma ngeDurban City ngoba ngizothola sengine-criminal record ngimncane kanje hayi man othi but disappointing very disappointing yazi bese ngikubona like uma ukhuluma uthi bheka uyakhathela and like I'm looking at it and it's happening like imagine thina mfethu I'm in my bed khona manje like ngirelaxile mfethu ngibheke efonini le manje lena and si-analyze bet ukudlula ama-coach le team le sibona ama-mistake abo bet like labantu bahleli touchline abayiboni lento abayenzayo kanti benzani labantu laba kulama-video session lapha benzani kulama-training because akusiyo ama-coach kuphela kunama-analyst kanti ama-analyst afida what information to i-coaching department yabo the way kwenza ngakhona singagcina sesimcall uStuart Baxter ukuthi hayi bayayiset i-lineup labantu labo. Because it's not like there's an analyst that earns a salary engeke ibone ukuthi we are doing the same thing for 5 matches and asishintshi lutho. Nami ngayibona ngiqasheni ngibhadala u10,000 ngayibona le. But other than that man, I think Durban City can win this. Chiefs is not that dangerous like phambili. Njengoba kade they are just that peddling. Bafuna ukuphasa, bafuna ukushoota ukuthi kube ngathi benze something. But like Durban City man ngazithemba man, they could give us something man going forward. Angazi they could try something by ukuzama ukuhlala emuva kakhulu. Like I think a back 4 is enough. But right ngale 4 as a defender ibamakela labo lilepe and stuff. Maybe push 1 or 2 players forward. just kutuba trouble kancane because already 2 of their defenders are on the yellow cards and umugwele nje siyamazi ukuthi hayi he's a red card waiting to happen since ana yellow card uSolomon ungikhumbuza le match ePirates adonsa unkoda ngeskipa zalale phansi nje lezi zinto azenzayo so and already umbonile vele ulokhuzana so uyalwa upusha ama player and all that. They are not playing football, they are fighting these guys. If you are a smart player, like go for the foul njengoba kade usho dlalela ama foul kulabantu i-red card for some iba iphele endlebeni you can get a goal out of that or a red card at least. Yeah, that's what they need to do, OT.
Okay. Let me go to a former Chiefs fan who's now signed over to Clorcop. Bongs.
Yeah, but OT.
Hey, it must be nice, man. Ubana lili passport, but it's fine. Bongs, ubona nko festa phone, man.
OT, ukila shabella the Luxembourg.
Yeah.
Yeah, re shebeletse the Pele 3 mona. Luxembourg the Pele 3.
Yeah.
Kaizer Chiefs are in 7 working days to just make a simple pass. A simple pass. Everyone wants to do their own thing.
Yeah.
Kiduba wa shooter ha chance a pass. Kim do over tonka 2-3 players trying to become Cristiano Ronaldo in the game. How born entle ko re Chiefs e ya kae? Yes, by forward by attempt. This is what they'll win for the season. If there was a cup for winning for attempts, they'd be champions right now because that's what they are good at right now. Attempting, but they are not scoring goals. They are not even taking their chances like a team. Elin Sirase Batlang who score a goal. Kaizer Chiefs I bona hado etsa. Ra ipotsa re training ba etsa. And but when ba bua hore Chiefs how rege because of management. Dr. Obuile, Kevin Johnson Obuile, kana ba re ke mang? Ke Junior Khanye Obuile, Stuart Baxter even talked to her. They are being controlled there at Kaizer Chiefs. All right, look at how Kaizer Chiefs is right now.
Yeah.
No one is playing for the team. Everyone is playing for themselves. This is why le coach bafana hugo boss abuilo no. Chiefs is not good. They were winning games, yes, but they were not convincing. Right now, they are not even trying to win this game. They are trying to play for themselves. Because they are not doing anything. Anything, okay, Chiefs has improved from the 4 games they lost. They are not doing anything. Yes, Oti.
I wanted to ask questions, but I'm looking at the time. Let me just go back to Sandy. So Sandy, can you give me your changes and prediction?
Otis Kalebala Ntsizwa ka udim ka mo
Ntsizwa, didn't see you come in. Oh, Ntsizwa. Welcome.
Yes, Oti. If I start with Chiefs, ke tlo half. So please, rege thome ka Durban seat because Chiefs I don't know already. I want to tackle press at Durban seat, Oti. I want to tackle Durban seat press because the reason our backline has looked decent, or our deeper midfielders and our backline has looked decent playing out of the press, is because Durban City don't have a structured press. Durban City is pressing with 3 players. They're only pressing with their front line when they do press, because most of the first half they've been sitting back and making it narrow, closer to their box. So that's why I was asking the question, who can play in the tight pockets? Because we need someone that can get us out of those tight pockets, and Lilepo is just not the answer. So I feel like Durban City, when they press with their front line, there's no midfield to, when the ball eventually does get past that line of pressure, there's no midfield to really challenge Abu Maboe and Abu Ndlovu. That's why we've looked decent getting out, escaping their press, because, they don't press as a team. They just press, with one line. So when the press is successful, there's no options up top, right? So they can't really do anything with the ball, and we've seen that happen. Even though sometimes, Cross has gotten caught, with the yellow card, Miguel has gotten caught with the yellow card. So I feel like, they should just press as a team and not be scared, because I think they're scared that, we'll break the press, and as we've been doing, but they've only been pressing with their front line. So I feel like Durban City should come structure as a press, come as a team, not just their front line. And also I feel like, why is Duprice on this pitch? Duprice, guys, do these coaches know these players' strengths actually? Duprice doesn't like receiving the ball like on his feet. Duprice doesn't like receiving the ball on his feet. We know Duprice's best ability is running.
Okay.
So why are we not putting the ball in behind the defense? Why are we not putting the ball in behind? Why are we not saying Duprice, no, bro? Run in behind them, run in behind them. He's had many chances to actually run in behind them. But also the another thing is that these guys don't want to make the pass.
Yeah.
Mdu doesn't want to make the pass. Umawu doesn't want to make the pass. These guys don't want to make the pass. So I feel like the team is not aligned. The players are not aligned with each other. And I feel like the players don't know each other's strengths. And the whole team doesn't know it. The whole squad doesn't know each other's strengths. Even the coaches. About Cedric. Firstly, Duprice is a professional player. I don't think he just blatantly ignore instructions. If he's told to run in behind, we see him at least try to, But we see him standing and waiting and asking for the ball. Well, we know that's not his best strength. He's on the ball thingy. His on the ball ability is not the best. His on the ball ability is not the best, right? So I think yeah, man. Durban City needs to really capitalize on these holes that we have.
But to be fair, Durban City has also not really been in this game. I mean, yeah, we can speak about Chiefs and what they've been doing wrong and all of that stuff, but I mean, you end the first half and Durban City doesn't have a shot on target. They've only got one shot. What does that say then about the league in general? That this is number 5 and number 6.
Yeah, this is a top of the table clash.
It's a top 8 clash.
Yeah, it's a top of a top 8 clash, and this just says. I mean, also this is not the same Durban City that Durban City was at the start of the season. So I think context is important there. Yeah. But at the same time, it's like guys, we are just supporters here. Me, you, the panelists, we are all just supporters, and we can clearly see where the holes are. We can clearly see where the holes are. So what are the analysts doing? What are the analysts? This team even have? I feel like they just pick up our book or strategy, but come analyze. Like no, serious. Because what are the analysts doing? If we as supporters I'm not saying they have an easy job. I'm not saying they have an easy job, right? But if we as supporters, we've been doing this on this exact show for years. If we can pick out exact holes and exact things that Durban City can do, exact things that Chiefs can do, what does that say about the quality of the staff in the league, the quality of the players in the league? Because as I said, this is a top 8 clash. So yeah, I feel like the quality of the league, it just speaks volumes on the quality of the league. It's not up to standard.
Okay. No, thank you so much, Butlali. Guys, I'm gonna just ask everybody for their predictions, and then the second half has started. We're about 5 minutes in. Guys, I'm still looking for 25,000 likes, so you can all jump in and give me a minute or so of your time. Sandy, so prediction?
1 lucky, 1-0.
We like you so well,
We Chiefs, of course, they need luck more than ever.
Okay, Pastor John, prophesy.
1-0 to Durban City.
Yeah,
and I thank you.
Alson Tabi?
Abdoti. Maybe ka modimo nthuse re tla ithola wanenyana ena ke re ke yona ntho e ba e tsebang. 3 pointing yana e tla ba teng.
Okay. Bongs?
It over 1-0 Durban City. I don't see Chiefs winning this match.
Okay. This is a change the prediction.
Me, I don't see where the goals are gonna come from, so I'm gonna stick with a 0-0. I don't see where the goals are gonna come from, so yes, I'm gonna stick with the 0-0.
Okay, no, thank you guys for the people who came in halftime. Remember, I'm looking for 25,000 likes. Then I see Uzane Zipo's here. I'm hoping that Twandile is going to jump in so that we can have a conversation about what we're seeing up to this point. Look, here's my thing. I've often said here, for me, that on my side, I always feel as though I don't think the players are bad at Chiefs. It just sometimes feels as though there is a disorganization that happens as they're playing, right? And there's an over-reliance in hoping that the players are going to do the right thing when they get into those quarters. They're going to do the right thing when they get into certain places. But like for me, I'm looking at it and I'm thinking to myself, why hasn't that come yet, you know? First half, I don't think Durban City has been in this game. Durban City has not been in this game. Durban City have been very poor. If we're complaining about, if we're complaining about Chiefs, I think Durban City has been worse, right? They've just been picking off some of those mistakes that have been happening. But with Chiefs, sometimes it's just the simple thing that I'm crying for. Like if there's a run that's happening right next to you and you can see the person, play the pass to there. You don't need to try and play a fancy ball inside. You don't need to try and dribble 5 players in order to go score. Just do the simple thing. You know, sometimes in these games when you're under pressure, relax. Relax, try and do something right. Just complete a couple of passes, breathe a little bit. But when they get up top, it's like they're all rushing. They're rushing to try and get in behind, and they're rushing to try and be the hero. They're rushing to take the shot. They're rushing to do all of those things. When if you could just, you know, just a little bit of composure. Positionally, I think Cross, even though he's made some mistakes, the back three has been something that we've spoken about before, that I said it in the beginning of this thing. What I'm hoping for is that Cross doesn't push and they stay boy three, like a mover. Solomons can do whatever he needs. I'm failing to see a little bit of what Ndlovu's role really is in the team, because I would have thought he would have been a little bit closer to Umabuwe. But whenever they get caught on the counter, Ndlovu is a little bit off of the pace of the game, right? So that's why I'm sitting here and I'm going, wait a second, guys. What are we learning from what has been happening up to this point? You know, what are we learning? What are we seeing? What are we changing? What are we tweaking? And you're not really getting that feeling from this team that there's things they're doing. I love the Velepai sub. I called for Velepai first half because for me, he's one of the players that have been, guys, please meet. He's one of the players that at the very least, he's being developed to the point where he does control the ball. He does take care of the ball. He does more often than not make the right decision and stay in certain spaces. So at least I know on the left-hand side now, there will be a little bit of order. But man, I'd love to see that, and I'd love to see them just pass each other, guys. If they could just pass each other, like, yo, pasang polo. You don't have to be a hero all the time. And sometimes, yes, that's the pressure, but you know, you don't have to be the hero. Anyway, let me bring in Zanezipo. Zanezipo.
Hi, Oti.
Welcome. What are you seeing?
Hey, ngiyabheda mfana kithi.
Ngiyabheda.
I'm just ngiyabheda man. I'm just asking myself ukuthi where is the Kaizer Chiefs that played the first 5 games?
Yeah.
Yes, they were not good at that time, but they were grinding results. You know, I remember the game against the same team, Durban City. Remember, we scored the goal in the last minute by Silva, if I'm not mistaken. But this Kaizer Chiefs of now, you know, uDuba lapha phambili, uvilakazi, uLilepo, and uDupri. Let me talk about the first half.
Yeah.
Like they look like abazali. It's their first time playing together.
Yeah.
You know, my decisions wabo mabephethe ibhola awekho right ngaso sonke isikhathi. It's either bayashooter or bayashooter instead of pass, or pass instead of shoot. So I don't know whether it looks like all these players don't want to play for for this team. I don't know if our players or they do not have a proper coaching from coaching staff. Because even if management, I blame my management, but management ayidlali lapha OT. Ama players adlala lapha, and ama players they must show ukuthi nini badlalile Kaizer Chiefs, and I don't understand. There's something wrong. I don't know whether they don't want to play for their coaches or what's wrong with our team, and it's so painful for us esibukelayo, because mawubuka lapha uze ufuna ukulala man, because there's nothing interesting abasikhombisa yona, but let's hope for the best.
So ufuna ukubuza, do you think that this is something a coach can fix? Because if they're not listening to these coaches, and we're saying that they haven't listened to Nabi, they weren't listening to Kevin Johnson's Banban, can somebody come in and actually then make these players or make the team work?
Yes, I believe so, OT, because I think our coach, they've already lost the dressing room. These players, I think they don't show any respect to these coaches. If figure omunye the new coach, Ulilepo lately, I think on his first five games, he was very, very good. But it's like there's something engekho right. Ngathi akasafuna ukudlalela iKaizer Chiefs, or there is a beef between the players. Because uyabona ukuthi nini, uyabona udinga that coach or ozomtshela ukuthi nini, I want you to do this whether you like it or not, because you are capable of doing that. I want you to do this. Now ubamba ibhola aliphase backwards as man, it doesn't even run, it doesn't akayisho kwispace afune ibhola, liyafika nje ibhola because he is there, aliphase backwards or sideways, then ame, so we need to coach abadlali abazomrespecta, abazomlalela, coach with ideas, who's going to tell them what to do, how they must play, because njengamanje nobody who is capable to penetrate this weak Durban seat today. But you see, this is unnecessary draw or lose that we're gonna get today from this game.
Okay.
So I don't know. Maybe we will get 3 points out of luck, but it looks like these days asinayo nenhlanhla with OT. Remember when we played against Richards Bay, I said we might get 3 points by luck. Unfortunately, sadly, we were on that game. So, yeah. Okay. But let's say good luck to the boys. What can you say?
No, thank you, Zarezi, for time. I want to jump in 60 minutes in. We just saw a shot go over by Velepai. Let's go to, was it Velepai or I think it was Velepai. Let's go to Sia. Sia?
It's OT.
Hey, Sia, what are you seeing here? Welcome.
I'm through to Lea Mosisias. You are here.
Marasia, ikusase nil man now.
Iyakho Durban City kafana.
Oh, awungeni team yakho mayidrowa. Ufavored
Pirates.
Yeah, that's why ngibuza awungeni mayidrowa.
Bengekho.
Mara serious here. When as somebody ongafavor Chiefs from outside, ubona uthi ngachinjane Chiefs if Chiefs ifuna ukufana nePirates, let's say.
Ayithenga ama-play iphinde ichintshe no-coach. Ngoba lo coach wamanje uyabhetha.
Kunini batshintsha ucoach mara?
Now urulani mokwena uyi-free agent manje.
Oh, isayihambile yena. Uelibia.
Oh.
See, score prediction, Agustin.
2-0.
2-0 Durban City.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey guys, now we'll see. Bafuna ukuthi lose, but it's okay. Let me bring in Andile. Andile, welcome.
How's it, Mr. OG?
I'm good, my brother. 60 minutes in, it is 0-0. Is this an improvement or is it? How do you feel about this game?
No, I think it's a massive regression. I mean, obviously, if you think about it, as much as we can say the players this, there's a reason why in society there's hierarchies and in organizations there's hierarchies, because how you lead will determine how things go in terms of your organizational structure overall. So if the leadership structure is confused, the players are going to be confused. If evidently, as good as they can be, right? You can have the best players. So what I'm seeing from Chiefs is that the attitude, the sentiment, the direction of the club as a whole is going backwards because, for one, I think the humility is not there.
Okay.
The fact that they brought out stats that were meaningless to us is a demonstration of that, right? Because they're basically saying to the fans, you guys don't know what you're talking about. We are the professionals, we know what we're talking about. But the league table is saying something else, you know? So for me, it's sad to see because I'm a neutral. I don't even support a team in the league. I just watch local football. The frustration is that they don't know how important it is for us to have a good Kaizer Chiefs in the league. We need a good Kaizer Chiefs, we need a good Sundowns, and we need a good Pirates. Reason being is, what happens is that the likes of TS Galaxy, Stellenbosch, Bidvisvis, when they're back in the days, these teams were feeders for Kaizer Chiefs, Pirates, and Sundowns. The best players of those clubs will want to go and play for Chiefs and Sundowns, and then they become better players because they learn to deal with high levels of pressure and they have to play continentally and so on. And then we have a better national team, and then we've got players going overseas. But now, Chiefs is failing the country because they've got the best pitch, they've got the best home ground in the country. They always have a pristine pitch to play on. Sundowns, as much as they're doing so well, they have to share Loftus with a rugby team. Right, the best team in the league for the longest time, they have to share rugby. Chiefs got the best, they've got an academy, they've got everything that you need. They've got supporters all over the country. And this is what they serve us. It's actually quite baffling to think about when you realize that these guys have literally the foundation as a club, and they're not maximizing on that. For me personally, I just think they're not maximizing on that, and they're letting the country down. It's bigger than just Chiefs. For me,
Do you think it's on purpose, or do you think it's just? Do you think it's just maybe, you go through this sometimes as the management, that maybe you realize that you might not be the people, but it's not that you're necessarily doing this on purpose, if that makes sense?
Yeah, for me, I think that the root cause is the fact that they're running this thing as a business and not as a footballing institution.
Okay.
Because I'll tell you now, I've noticed this for years now. The leadership of Chiefs see Chiefs as a revenue generating business, meaning that ticket sales, jersey sales, they run all these campaigns, all these activations and campaigns to generate revenue. And when they reflect on a season, after the season end, the main thing for them is how much money have we made this season. I think I see that's the culture that they have, that's the mindset that they have. But in terms of the footballing legacy of Chiefs, it's losing its identity as the years go by. Like players are not really going, I want to play for Chiefs like that anymore. I don't see that. The best players, if people want to go to Sundowns, because you go to Sundowns, you become a better player or you fizzle out. That's just one of two ways. There's no in between. With Chiefs, because they're not a footballing institution, you don't get the education that you need to elevate your game to the next level. and that's the issue there. That means that from a leadership perspective, from a technical director, from the owners choosing the right people, the right experts to come in and design a program to take the team to the next level. They're not doing that. They want to make decisions on their own. From what we're hearing now, as people are coming on and speaking, we don't know how true it is, but they want to make the decisions, the operational decisions and the executive decisions. Okay. So I think for me, and that's the crux of it, is that they're running this thing as a business and not necessarily as a footballing institution.
I'm going to jump in there for time. Andile, thank you so much. 66 minutes in, we're seeing Tabo, not Tata, and is it Mumba? Jean Luamba coming in. Let me go to Pastor John. Pastor John, 66 minutes, 0-0. The game has opened up quite a bit. Durban City also getting on the ball a little bit better than that first half. What are you seeing here?
More of the same. More of the same. But what's interesting now is, I don't know if the Kaze was listening to analysts outside to say try Lilepo a striker. And now the experiment is starting now. And so far we've seen nothing, but honestly there hasn't been much supply. And Lilepo has just been drifting either left of the box, but he's not necessarily central. Okay. So it's like we're getting nothing out of it, because every time we're on the wing, it seems like even the combination is not combining. I'm seeing Solomons and Vilakazi. Nothing much is happening. And you find that we're making those mistake passes, and which once again I still question the offensive awareness of our forwards. Okay. It's just non-existent. But I want to segue into one thing. I'm laughing at some of these comments where they're like, where was that Kaizer Chiefs from the beginning of the season? You know, and the answer I wanted to give them is that it has been there. It has been there. This is the same Chiefs we watched at the beginning of the season. We're getting the same. It's just that now we are just conceding. And maybe the unfortunate part is there have been certain injuries and suspensions on the back line. Yeah. But then this has been the same Chiefs. This is how they've been attacking even when they were winning. So, send help. It's tough.
Can I ask, what would you say to somebody who says, maybe we're being harsh on Chiefs? Maybe.
Whoa!
Hey, Naliko!
Hey, Lilepo!
Naliko!
Lilepo is a striker.
Hey, Naliko!
The question has been asked, and here's an answer.
Naliko!
The question has been asked. Yeah. Here's the answer. Lilepo is striker.
Okay, no, guys.
Lilepo is striker. They must not even try bring on Silver. Here's your answer. Morocco next game is gonna start on the right again.
But then, okay, isn't this what? So I said in the first half that sometimes just relax, let the game come to you, and make the pass. Is it this simple, or is it luck?
A bit of both. But then once again, it's from the player that has been getting the most shots from Kaizer Chiefs. If we are start peddling again, name the player that has had the most shots on target for Kaizer Chiefs, they'll tell you it's Glory Lilep.
Yeah.
So now, what if you've analyzed the stats, you realize that Lilepo's shots have been moments where all he can see is the goal. And he only sees it on the wing. With this goal, you see, he's in the middle. So he just picked a spot and he went for it. And here we are.
Okay.
But once again, Otlawakwa, we want Barcelona. Guys, relax. Archaish.
Guys, goal is going in there by Glory Lepo, assisted by Fundo Vilakazi. Let me go to Aubrey Mukwele. Aubrey, welcome. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good, man. Aubrey, what are you seeing from this game?
Remember when I told you there was a time ago when I said it's season 11, episode 12. Now I think we're on episode 17 or whatever games Chiefs have played.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's a painful watch, man. And I think with Chiefs, it's been like this for I don't know how long. And we keep saying the same things. And maybe sometimes we just need to blame the players and not really the coaches. Because they make football so difficult for themselves. If you look at the first half, there's that killer instinct that's missing. And maybe it's just me. Maybe when I listen to Kaizer Motaung Jr. during the week, and I listen to Cedric coming up with his stats as if Rena South Africans, we don't know how to read stats. It's a very difficult thing to watch. As a Kaizer Chiefs fan, you sit on your couch with the Kaizer Chiefs jersey and you just feel like maybe today it will be different. Mara, it's more of the same. Like we are literally playing, we are an average team. And the sooner we accept that, the better. When we were still number one on the log, I think we went on as if, there's some miracle that's going to happen because we haven't been tested. And even the teams that we played. And if you remember this thing, see, me and you were on the same call in the beginning of the season. We said together that Lilebo is a 9. We don't see him as a... is a second group. We said this together, you and I. When this guy came in, we saw him as a 9.
Yeah.
The whole South Africa saw it, except Chiefs. The team that he's playing for. We saw that this guy is a 9. We don't have a better 9 than this boy. We need to play him as a 9, but no, not us. We make football so difficult. It's painful to watch Kaizer Chiefs, man, especially if you're a football fan and not just a Chiefs fan. And you look at other teams play. Let me say this, né? When a player signs for Pirates, he comes into a structure. They don't just sign for the sake of signing. They sign a player. If they need a striker, they're gonna sign a striker, and that striker is gonna get there. And when he gets there, he's going to find all the necessary support around him. He's going to fit into a structure. It's up to him to then perform or not perform.
Yeah.
If they need a right wing, he comes into a structure. What structure is Chiefs playing? Because not this whole week, there's one conclusion that I came to. Kaizer Chiefs fans and Kaizer Chiefs management are delusional in what's going on at Kaizer Chiefs, including Kaizer Motaung Jr. They're delusional in terms of, hey, stats this, and Steve Compella said it best, or stats is like bikini. They don't reveal everything. We look at what's going on the log. We watch Chiefs day in and day out. What structure do you see that Chiefs play? Please explain that to me. If anybody can explain to me the structure that Chiefs plays or the culture that Chiefs has, we are long past that whole thing. Hey, the glamour boys this, the glamour boys that. We passed it. Chiefs is a team that needs to go under real construction. Not even what if this was happening and Chiefs was only playing with the development players, we'd be like, okay, fine, they are building. Mara, now, weren't they the most active in the previous windows? Didn't they sign the most players in the previous windows?
Yeah, they did.
To what extent?
3. Yeah.
To what extent? What has those players? And then this guy wants to come here on media day and say to us, yeah, there's certain players that needs to be given time. There's certain players that you will see the benefits of it in the long run. They won't make immediate impact. Look at your neighbors. Look at the Sundowns teams. When they sign players to play and perform at that time. Chiefs is not a team where a player can come and have 1, 2, 3 seasons and perform on the 4th season. Until when did we get to that conclusion? Okay. Mara, am I making sense?
No, I hear you. So let me ask you. If you are management right now, and we're speaking about how they speak to us as fans and the public, what would you want to hear from them or see from them?
Changes. Make the necessary changes. If you, okay, let's say hypothetically speaking, you bring a coach that actually knows its structure, that knows what type of football he wants to play. How many Kaizer Chiefs players will remain of this current squad?
Oh, very few.
How many? If you, OT, was to come in as the Kaizer Chiefs coach today, we say to you, OT, you are now the Kaizer Chiefs manager. You've got all free reign. You've got an open checkbook. You've got full reign. How many players will you keep?
I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't get rid of a lot of players. I don't think the players are that much of a problem outside of how we're asking them. Like now you're speaking about Lilepo. So Lilepo, some of us have been saying, like you said, he's not a winger. You're playing Dupreez on the wing, for example. He's not that thing. Rather take him out than to put him there, for example. I think some restructuring can happen here that can do something different, but they're allowing these players to play in the wrong place. So I don't think I'd make that many changes, but there'd be players for sure that would be gone.
100%. Now, I want to bring you to this. Né? If you've got a player like Mfundo Vilakazi, like Chabalala, like, what's this boy that plays in the middle? That came out of the development. No.
Oh, yeah?
No. If you've got players like that, né, we are now seeing these players crumble under pressure, right? Because they are coming into a Chiefs where now they need to carry the team. Do you understand? They need to perform to carry the team. A player like Mfundo Vilakazi, for example. Mfundo Vilakazi is supposed to be led by experienced players. According to him.
Yeah.
Yeah? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
Those kind of players are players that needs to come into a structure. That structure is so well oiled that when they come in, they've got the potential to grow. Now you are putting them as seasoned players. We're not saying they haven't been playing in the PSL for long, but look at the circumstances that they came into Chiefs with.
I'm going to have to just jump in for time. I think I need to set a day where we're going to have these conversations. But for now, guys, it's 78 minutes.
Thank you so much for your platform, and we really appreciate it.
Thank you, Aubrey. 1-0 to Chiefs. It is 78th minute now. Yeah, like I said, I don't know if Durban City has been in this game. So, yeah, let me go to Bongs. Bongs, 78th minute, 1-0.
Did you hear the fans bar celebrate Vilakazi our map, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it proves where Mpilo was right about the fact that Chiefs management fools defense. Ne? They fooled defense by putting Vilakazi on the bench, knowing Vilakazi is one of the impact players for Kaizer Chiefs. Look, how look at the defense get excited, knowing Vilakazi should have already started the game. So that his normal position, which is 9, where people are saying Lilepo all right as 9, and yes, they are correct or good as 9. I've been saying this to you, Otihuri. No, Lilepo must just play behind a striker, Ellen Dupreez, so that they can get the goals. But they are not playing him at that position. They are playing in a position where he's not effective enough, because higher into the wing. Ovata who score, but he forgets when he's in the wing, he has to play as a winger, someone has to cross the ball. Because there was an opportunity not long ago for them to 2-0. Instead of crossing the ball, Ovata will shoot a score happen just because of scoring.
Yeah.
And Gavin scored the second goal if I cross the ball. So there are positions where these players are not playing on their right positions. We said it last time, and some of these games, Pirates or no. Some players are just being put into positions just because they know football. They are not being put into positions where they know they can be effective in the game. Just like right now, Lilepo can be effective as a 9. Go create a goal for Chiefs because he was playing in a position where he knows he wants to score.
Can I
Yes,
just say,
okay.
Bongs, what do you think causes this? Because we've seen this, everyone's seen this. We've questioned some of the players. We've said, why are some players playing here? Why are some not even playing? What do you think causes this? Well, what do you think is causing the disconnect?
No, I think it has to do with the fact that coaches want players to play in the game, to fit in the game. Some players are not being put into right positions because there are other players they are just putting players so that players can play. Yes, okay.
Can a coach fix these things?
Yes, a coach can fix this thing. If fella management is interfering, if there's no headset from the coaches, because coach is trying to yona, ebe yona a coach, it's kaba utaka management. They don't know. Bapala so yeta so, like they've been saying that management they are greater for it. Bapala mang, mo bapale kai, bapala tactique so. This is why Kelele na kilenga bewa aside to what you know. Or question the way who coach Wangati. He can see Lena as a player. No, this is a bad way to play. This is why Lena I want to know. So because now he's questioning the fact that this is not how we are supposed to play, and this is not the way I'm supposed to play. Fans are complaining because I'm playing bad. It's not because players are playing bad. It's because they are being put in positions that they are not good at. At one point, he was playing as a 10. He's better as a left winger. Even though our selfish attempts, at least he's taking on players and doing something.
Okay, Bongs. I'm gonna jump in, guys. I have to make a day where we speak about this because it feels like we haven't had a session in a very long time. Guys, 82 minutes in, 1-0 still. I think the game has opened up a bit. I think Durban City in their I don't want to say rush, in their way to try and play positive, trying to push people forward. I think they've opened up the game quite a bit, and I think that has actually helped Chiefs quite a lot because the transitions have looked a lot smoother with Vilakazi, with Thabo Velepayo on the pitch. So let's see how they're going to see out this game. Sinje.
Yes, Mr. Otim. I think what.
Hey, Sinje, you're cutting there. You sound far away. Guys, in the comments, can you hear Sinje? You just sound far away a bit.
Can you hear me now?
It's a little bit better. It's clearer now, but it's still far away a little bit. No.
No, you can't hear me.
It's better now. Let's see. You keep disconnecting.
Hey, Msholo. Can you hear me now?
Try again. Just give me a sentence there. Just start talking. I'll tell you.
Really, I can see that my thing is, you know what?
Now you're a little bit better.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, go for it. CJ, welcome. What do you think of the game?
Look, I think we watch soccer with generation eyesight.
Okay.
You know, as if we watch questions. I think with the current squad, Mr. OT, I think it's a I think.
Hey, Sinja, we can't hear you. Can I take you off and bring you back on? Let's see if that will helps. You're cutting. Let me go to Butlali. This one 1-0, 84 minutes. 3 points. 3 points is 3 points.
Still 5 minutes left. Can never trust Chiefs until the game is fully over, until that final whistle. So yeah, and I wanna touch on the point that Aubrey made, OT, because I wanna challenge that point because on this panel, I feel like we have the freedom to challenge each other's points, respectfully. He said something like he asked you a question where he's like, who would stay and who would go in terms of the players. I don't feel like that's the correct question to ask, because it's implying that the foundation is already set. When you acquire players, OT, you acquire players onto a foundation. OT, the problem is that Kaizer Chiefs foundation is not already set. Kaizer Chiefs philosophy is not already set. So I feel like, before we get to players, we have bigger problems to fix at the foundation. OT, there's an analogy that I liked, and you said it, I think, a year back, when I was watching on your podcast. You said you can't build a house on no foundation, OT, or you can't build a house on a bad foundation, something like that. And I feel like we haven't set that foundation. I feel like before, we go out and thingy, doing what Chiefs is basically doing now, signing 10 players in the window. We should first, identify our our ideal player profile for each player we get. What type of players do we want in what positions, and in order to identify those player profiles, we need a philosophy, we need a foundation, we need an identity. And I feel like we don't have that. We haven't had that for many years. We haven't had that for a decade. It's Chiefs has been playing basically with no identity. We've had no from the higher ups, from the technical director of the team, from the coaches of the team, from basically the whole management. There's no alignment in terms of and also in terms of the academy, because players have came into from the DC to the
no awareness of what's happening behind him.
Yes, players have came from the DDC into the first team and basically they've came a new player. There's no alignment in the way the youth structures and the first team. There's no alignment between those teams in terms of philosophy, right? So I feel like before we go out and acquire players or release players, basically anything to do with players, we must first build that foundation from the management, from the C-suite, the high executives, and build that foundation. Get a proper CEO, appoint a TD, a technical director that knows what type of football we want to play. Then from that, get coaches that align with that vision, that align with our philosophy, right? Then we can go. Then now you can pose the question of which players fit the vision, which players fit our philosophy. So I feel like the foundation.
Can the vision come from the executives? I mean, we have an example of Sundowns where I don't know if Ntate Motsepe set the foundation per se. Everybody speaks about Pitso and Pitso's vision and stuff like that. Is it a case where maybe management needs to manage and then bring in somebody who builds a foundation on their behalf, similar to maybe what a Sundowns did? I mean, even if you look at Dr. Irvin Khoza, I don't know if he or Dr. Irvin or Mpumi, if they set the foundation down to it, or they just set the vision and then they bring in people who can set the foundation. Can that come from management, or do they need to give somebody the reins?
OT, I don't think, I might be wrong. I don't know, because I'm not in those spaces where I know who sets the vision, who doesn't. But I don't think, if I was to look at it from the outside looking in, I don't think it's the owners who set the vision. I think the owners are investors or shareholders in the institution, and then they are the ones that hand over that job of setting the vision to the technical directors or the people who know more about the game. That's ironic, because Dr. Irvin Khoza probably knows a lot about the game, and he's probably had a lot to do with the vision and the motives of Orlando Pirates. But I feel like I feel like it's the management who sets the vision, the technical directors, and that influences how the technical directors appoint as a coach. And I feel like that structure as well in PSL clubs is flawed, because you see that owners that know nothing about football, an owner that comes from a logistics background, a construction background, whatever background, they just have the funds to invest in the club. You'll see it's them that's making the decisions, but they don't know anything about football. So I feel like they those people should invest. If there's no structure prior to them investing in the club, they should learn and get people who are eligible for the job, a technical director that's eligible for a club, or a CEO that's eligible for the job, to then just get that foundation straight and that foundation built.
Okay. No, I'm going to jump in there. 6 minutes added on. We're in the first minute of stoppage time. Let's see if, of added on time, sorry. Let's see if Chiefs can hold on here and at the very least just get back on track with that 3 points. Letabo, welcome. What do you think of the game?
Hey, Mr. Oti, thanks for the opportunity. It's been a while, hey? I can even see you smiling. The last time I saw you smiling was before the Soweto derby, eh?
Guys, they're still my team. At the end of the day.
Hey, you're glowing. You like you're glowing, eh?
3 points, guys. Hey, what is your complaint? As long as they can.
Yeah, Mr. Oti, I know you're looking good. I can see, eh? Looks like a weight has been taken off your shoulders.
Get lighting.
Oh, no. I see what. Oh, no, you're doing well, eh? What's some new equipment? Sponsorships. Okay. Yeah, no, I think most teams in the PSL should just concern themselves with winning. It's, seems as though that's what most supporters want. They don't care how you get there. These things of trying to imitate other teams, or trying to imitate Sundowns. I think most teams, all they need to do is focus on winning, and everything else will come after. When I look at, even because if you've been to Orlando in the past 2 games, you got the same feeling. People care about winning. Supporters care about winning. They don't really care about outside of Sundowns. And I think that's what. This game is wrapped up. Don't worry. This game is wrapped up. These guys have won.
You say that now.
No, they won't score. Don't worry. They won't score. Yeah, but hey. Yeah, but I think Durban City today has been a bit disappointing. I expected more from your Maseko, your Krabas. I think Krabas could have marshaled the defense better. Expected more from Maseko. He's a player who I expected to really break through, possibly even get into one of the big 3. But has failed to deliver on that regard. Yeah, but overall, I think Chiefs. Also, when I look at them, every time I see Velibai and Vilakazi play, they look much better. They look like they've got a little bit something to them. No, relax. This game's one. Relax.
No, I'm relaxing.
Yeah, that's waiting. Let this Durban City now. It's giving us nothing.
Allegedly. That's not mine. That's not my thoughts and views.
No, I'm joking. No, but seriously, OT, look, I think they failed to deliver. Expected more from them. I thought they would be fighting for, even third position. I think it's a reality for them. They could get third position, possibly even play CAF, but they're not showing the hunger. But overall, I think, Kaizer Chiefs, they've done the business today. The players have responded after a tough couple of weeks. And that's what you need to do when you play for a big team.
Okay, but then, can I ask you? You spoke about how you must focus on wins. Hasn't that been the problem? That even when Chiefs was doing well, some of us were being sworn at when we were talking about some of the little cracks and things. Isn't that the issue? Aye! Oh. Pilu.
That's what we promised these players. Toyota Hiluxes.
But I wanted to ask you, isn't that part of the issue that we're focusing on the results, and when the results are good, people don't tend to ask questions after, and then when the inevitable happens, or you go through the tough space with any of the teams in the PSL, now all of a sudden it's a surprise.
Not really, but I think the problem is that when teams start winning, they tend to move away from what makes them win. You know, they think they've got this figured out, and now let's put the ball on the ground, let's play. I mean, SuperSport won 3 trophies in a row, playing some mob justice football. You know, you know, and they got 3 titles. Kaizer Chiefs, Man United 1-1. Chiefs also won the league playing this way. Play long balls, we play on transition. Transition became famous because of Kaizer Chiefs in South Africa, you know? And I think that's what teams was focused on. Because one, I don't think Chiefs is going to because I don't think Chiefs is going to do what Sundowns or Pirates are doing. I don't think they're going to go out and splash on big players and bring in really, really high quality players. I don't think that's what they're going to do. I think they're going to continue with the squad next season, add 1 or 2, and not much is going to change. So I think them playing the most simple football is what's going to be best for them. Play the long balls and forget the complicated, intricate stuff.
Okay. For time, I'm gonna jump in, guys. Kari, I must dedicate a day to Chiefs, because there's a lot of things we need to speak about here. I'm gonna end off with the members in Sinje, guys. The game has ended. It is 1-0 Chiefs. At least, commenting. At least 1-0. Very Takaba. Oh, okay. Let me go to Sinje. Sinje.
Mr. Oti, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Look, I think, Mr. Oti, you know, football is steps. And sometimes we need to stop watching football and, you know, identity, it just say my identity that I want Chiefs is not playing.
Yeah.
My football that I want Chiefs to play, they are not playing. Don't making statements like there's no identity. No. There's not your identity. Mr. Oti, we went to CAF by winning a confederation, by winning the Nedbank Cup.
Yeah.
We did not go to Africa because we finished third. The first thing is to build a squad that constantly finishes within a 15-point radius to your log leaders.
Yeah. Sinje, that's tough in the league.
No. In order for you to...
Even Pirates only recently got that.
Yes, that's what you are trying to say, Mr. Oti. And
recently.
how long did Pirates get there?
Yeah.
You don't just jump and become a championship winning team. You build it regularly. You build a squad that is core, that you build from it. And you closer that gap from 15-point radius to 9-point radius to 3-point radius.
Yeah.
That's what you do. You don't just automatically, just one season you finish number 9, the next season you are number 1. It doesn't work that way. You build a squad that is going to demonstrate such. Now we are going to go to Africa, hopefully being the 3rd best player. We went to Africa, and that's the good. You build a team that is exposed in all different types of competition, Africa and continental. Now we are going to even add another platform, another stage, which is the MTN Top 8. And that is how you build a team. And sometimes we are just being unrealistic as Kaizer Chiefs fans. And when you point out problems of Kaizer Chiefs, the fans ought to be on the number 1. They ought to be number 1. We as Kaizer Chiefs fans, we are on number 1 on what is the problem at Kaizer Chiefs. Because we watch football with generations and it's a dingo mentality. We are not being realistic at all.
Well, could you argue, even while Pirates was building, they were winning trophies in the years that they were doing it, and you can't. I'm asking, can you blame fans for having generations and isiting or mentalities?
No.
When they were successful, and since generations after, Rhythm City, without success, can you blame them?
I get what you're saying, but before Pirates got a taste of their first trophy, what was the span? How were they doing? And I like that they actually took their time to build a trophy winning team. It did not happen instantly. There were times that Pirates were also at a stage where they were finishing 6th and 7th, and they built their squad to go up. up until now, they are a team that finishes in the top 2 on a more consistent season. And that is what you need first. You don't jump from second, from number 10 to go and win the league. Doesn't work that way.
Are we being unfair though? Because Paris didn't have a straight line. They fired people, they hired people, they fired people, and happened to land on somebody who was consistent for 3 years.
And they were patient with him, and he left without winning the league.
But he won 5 trophies.
Mr. OT, we were the first people that were saying, remember when Nabi wanted to come with his team and we said no? We were the first ones to fire management, get Nabi and his technical team. And Chiefs got Nabi and technical team. Did we become patient with them? No, we didn't. And we're now going to call for... Now we're going to call on, hey, Pitso must come. Come, Pitso, come. His technical team buys his players, not win. What are we going to do? Fire him.
How Marasinja fans don't fire coaches.
No, they put pressure, like we were doing now.
No, but the patience must come from management. When Pitso was at Sundowns, when things were called, they stood behind him. When even Jose was a plumber for the longest time, they stood behind him. Why are we saying as a team, Chiefs fans are the ones that fired a coach? All the teams face pressure.
When are we standing by our team?
All the teams face pressure.
I like. Let me even go to this game, Mr. Uchi. There's something that I saw in this game that I did not see in the Paris game. Committing proper fouls. Playing dirty. This is what I like. Chiefs must stop this thing of trying to become Mr. Nice Time. These players, they must commit these fouls. Oh my boy, they must commit them. I like Cross. Cross is seriously putting players off by committing very intelligent fouls. And this is what I like. This is how you win the league. You think you won against Paris because Paris was playing. Paris were pulling players' trousers down. And they don't want to touch the player. Tackle him. Tackle him. Tackle him. Get a yellow card. It destabilized the team. And I like this is how Chiefs won this particular game by destabilizing the movement and motion of the opponents by committing very intelligent fouls. I like this. This is how you win league. This is how you build a team and become ruthless. And I like him. Fucking stiff neck, on the floor. And I said, on the floor. We are here. Chiefs is here. This is what we want to see. Wrestling, double 101. This is what you want to see.
Mara, for time, we're gonna jump in. Okay, I'm gonna end off with the Chiefs fans then. Let me go to Mtakaba. Very. Lendlela esi washukeza Junior
wathi sohlangana emathilena esibuphisa abantu. There's a reason why Kaizer Chiefs home ground is next to a prison. They've seen this coming.
Unturned.
There's a reason the village is built next to a prison.
Unturned. Regale team yami.
Kubi uyaza nabothi akhuluma enze sense akasisho ufuna wena confirm ukuthi you are making sense ngoba uyazi kuyabona lamalanga.
Yabona uqalile. Vele the game 1-0 winile Chiefs 3 points man.
Hey, hayi kubi mntaka baba kubi but kodwa 14 utshela usinje you must put respect to generations. The South African leading soap with 7 million viewers. Dlula wonke lamasopa man. Please put
Mara nayo mfundi mvundla uphumile ngisho wathi they're listening my budget. I don't have friends. Nah.
But you must put some respect to it. There's 7 million viewers. South Africa. Mtakaba. Nikulesimo lesi because nazenza sona. There was nothing happening on today's games. It's so unfortunate. And angazi PSL yenze kanjani to only put this one game today ebhore kanje. Like No, serious. There's only one game. That's why in SABC didn't even want to televise it. But it's boy, we cannot take our cameraman Bobu and Tolean. I don't even know what's the reason for it Durban City to fire Gavin Hunt because they're just playing pub.
No patela.
No didn't even make a save. There was no game today. But at least, even though there was no game, nothing was happening. At least you've got 3 points. You look from there. You knew once you score one goal, it's child.
Yeah.
There's no goal coming up. No, you could play 11. That's your limit for this season. Well, it's one goal a game, so we know it. And
clean sheet, please. Clean sheet. Clean sheet.
No, but there was nothing happening there. But you brought this upon yourself by firing a coach who was still in the process of building. And then which means now, moving forward, you're still going to start building again for next season. And then, so if you're going to start building again next season, and then don't expect too much, because if it was a builder, so don't expect anything even next season. Be patient, Makosi. Since one time is an HL, I know what you will behave. You will behave because I'm a coach. South Africa was up until Bafana when you know what they're coming for you.
Mara, can I ask a serious question? I'm hearing people saying Guti no Pirates fine. Mara ne Pirates yandlula gumicho uzin power winning trophy, then all of a sudden they remembered home. The following season Gwabamba umandla ncikazi no Fadlu, then gwangena Jose. Sundowns nayo yafire abo Nieskins yenza so then they fell on Pitso. Are we being unfair with Chiefs? Let's say, just asking now in this period, Guti. Maybe Nabo they'll land on the coach.
No, we are not being unfair. We are not being unfair with Chiefs. You fell on that, and then you decided to do your own thing. You fell on him. We gave you a cup after so many years, and you are so doomed by those first 4 wins and forgetting to win and you start to. The two interpreters are the coach when you fire him without no reason. You fell on Nabi, you should have just let the coach. You could even hear the sporting director. He could not even explain that decision. What was it? He was just talking, making a statement, but there was nothing come out of his mouth with the Chiefs when he was speaking to Marawa. There was nothing. You had a coach who had to build a team from last season and even won you a cup. After 10 years, he won you a cup. That was a start. Even Nagati kwenzekile la kanjalo up until you got who's that guy? Coach no Casablanca, coach no David.
Who's in power?
Up until you got to Zimbabwe, who gave us a top 8, and then that's when we started. We expelled him, but we proceed. So now you had a foundation to start moving forward with a solid coach, not just any coach, but a solid coach. I could have just built his own team and then see you guys moving forward, but we decided to fire him and start afresh. We are still going to start afresh. We had one who was going to lay that foundation for you to make sure good Zongito Zamba even by next season. But we decided no, as a phone it's case. That's what we have chosen. And then you're gonna stay with it. Sebo.
Hi, it's too Malume Kuto.
I just have one question and greetings to everyone. Congratulations, Amakos. Why labantu laba abawina le 20,000? Ba must up kanje. Is it because they want to do it next week?
Ukadile conspiracy. Why would you say the conspiracy more?
No, man. Bonke and into zabo ngiyazibona ngathi zithengwe pawn shop zonke. Ngathi cicatha kuthengwa manje. Ngathi cicatha le intshebe ze Christmas. Le intshebe lezi oyizibona ukuthi lezi zokudlala dlala. Bangadlali ngathi. If abafuna isibine le mali abashiyele. Because sina sewathenga lama outfit. Khona i-outcome ngiyibonile lapho. Xoka into zamaXhosa yesterday.
Ngiyibonile no mina ngiyibonile le suit.
Ngisho
hey, petting up pirates all the way. Hey.
Even that one is also suspicious. No, ngikhuluma ngalabo aba right. Khona labo aba right. Siyawazi ama-fans ethu ukuthi agqoka kanjani. Ama-fans ethu awagqoki izinto ezismart kanje. Sazi ama-fans ethu aphatha amabhayibhili or i-dictionary. Yiyo aphatha ikhabishi. Suddenly sekuvela abantu
mask amahle uyibona le mask le iphuma story le bagcoke ama-wig wig le yile phathi yabelungu le ngicela bangadlali ngathi nalo wile today lo uyayibona ukuthi ngicela bangadlali ngathi bafethu siyababona abantu basema-ofisini lebegqokile bathi saborega mara sikachampisa rokweng ngicela bangadlali ngathi uthi please. And by the way, can I just say Pirates has not fired a head coach since before Mitchell. Just so you know, we've not fired any head coach.
They just don't come back.
No, contracts are just not renewed.
They just don't come back.
Exactly, and for good reason. Mitchell, he had to leave the country. They got beginning in Squebo. Sathi kulungile puti. Joseph Zimbabwe bekakhulelwa imedi. He also had a valid reason. Jose Rivero mekengena wasitshela wathi yena 3 years is enough and he can't stay he doesn't stay beyond 3 years and that was enough. Pirates has not fired any head coach for a good 10 years I think. So asibhekeni kahle. Yeah, Rulani was not head coach. Rulani has never been head coach at Pirates. Same goes for Fadlu and Manja. So asibhekeni kahle bafethu. Singadlala amadayisi. The progress has been straight. Chiefs needs to get a coach and be patient with the coach. It's amazing that Chiefs has not had a coach finish a contract, I don't know, in the last how many years. They even fired Ernest Middendorp just after being number 2. Why are you firing umuntu number 2? Then there was Kevin Johnson. Okay, maybe it was interim. That might be the argument.
Kevin Hunt got very far.
Kevin Hunt.
In the Champions League.
Bese kuze Stuart Baxter, okay, Stuart Baxter mhlawumbe ungalili out of nowhere now
hit the semi-finals of the Champions League.
Unabi unama assistant coach akhe ubheka le uthi ngikhulula imedi but awungasabuyi bhuti sesihambana labantu laba. It just doesn't make sense, Mr. OT. I don't think we can compare the two managements in terms of chopping and changing of coaches. The other one has given coaches progress.
So what do you say? What do you say to the people that then say, like Sinje was here saying, the fans are the issue? What do you say to those people then? Because that's a narrative.
I think the Chiefs now they need to be strong because there's a clear pattern. Every time my fans are rasa, then they act. Sometimes, and now I think they're reacting too much. Unfortunately, in them trying to go a different direction, they go and react and they are vocal about it. You can just keep quiet and not do what the fans are saying. You don't have to say, yeah, as a management and say, next time she's on Bopa. No, you can just say, I know we hear you and just protect your coach. Just like how Cardoso was Sigele lad, do what Sundowns did. Buy a section of supporters, have them compose a song.
Oh, allegedly.
Allegedly. I'm just saying. Have them sing a song to say Sigelela, do what Pirates did. This one is not allegedly. We saw it. Hire Boma 6 bodyguards and say, this is our coach. A guy now. Without saying much, it's clear that you are vouching for the coach, you're protecting the coach. Without saying much as Sundowns, it's clear that you're saying the coach will end off his contract. It's that simple. Mr. OT, it's not my time. It's Chiefs' time.
Like a conspiracy ended with a conspiracy. I just like to say that. The thoughts and views expressed by those in the panels or in the comments are not those of Overthinking Football or of Josh Mokwena, its host. Take these with a pinch of salt, and please, if you have a problem, you know where to point it to. Hey, Tabi. Batlankenya problem Malume Kuto. Tabi.
Because nako we qetile nke nako no iqetile ne go file yona o so ga e ge ke thewa bana go file stage sa hao boya
but Tabi 1-0 3 points at least
at least how channel Harris na yona that 3 point it's something ha ka ba re ke 1 goal ha ina taba 1 goal no a fela 3 point ntse kena le ha ka ba di game tse setseng ka o fela ka nna ka 3 point, 3 point, 3 point. How we are going somewhere. Never number 6, we are number 5.
Yeah.
The next game happy, we tola 3 point, we are number 5, we are number 4. How na meriang ha re tsitsinye ho betere re tsholo ga ba tla tola 1 goal ka modimo nthuso okay re thotse re 3 point e lokile. Re tloheleng ka 1 goal eno nunya rona e lokile rona re nyolwa di step by step ha re no shishimela ho etsa 10 goals ka re hla batho ba perfect ne le rona re bomang re slide player ne le rona re bomang.
So how important is it to recreate 3 points the 3 points go thule ka bana ne ka re man go rasiwa team under pressure, defense under pressure, le rona re under pressure. 3 points, how important is it?
Abdoti hamfela re winner ho better than nothing. And happy nna ha ke bone re na le di-player tse re reng ra ikemisetsa okay mfundo vilakazi ha kena wa kgona ho change game le ha ine better honestly. All the time ha yena ka kena le ha ebe ne uwa kwa mara ha yena kena re bona a different game. So ho lokile hanne ba mkenye ka nako tsentse ba mkenya ka tsona tseno bo referee ba nonong ba buang sekgowa bo bothweng ke diwateba ba lokile. Taba ki 3 point batho re ke se win for re ke se score 3 goals re ke se 4 goals ha fela re na le 3 point we are going somewhere re tloeleng.
Okay Ausintabi ke batla go fa nako batla go renge
Abdoti re tlotsa mantse re tlotsa o fitlela tsatsi la qetelo mara ka di 5 10 le skebela le ba ka lo ba fa 6 goals.
Explain how re o tlo ba fa 6 goals ba bolelle ore ba tlo jiwa 6 le re tlo jiwa 6
ka di 5 guys ka ha re dlala le Sundowns e tlo re kora 6-0 and re ke se re bone re eme mona ntse re nya we will be happy.
But Ausintabi why sa batla go bua story ka ofela ba bolele le ka Pirates ba file 3 ke batla hore ba ska o tshwara ka site man.
Okay ba khotsi bo makhe ka mo ka next door re file 3 goals la thaba la kala ikutlisa ka Sundowns ya ba le stress ba bone ka re rikia zama le mpa fela re le kgenkgetsa fela ka Stoke City molomong ka di 5 re ba pala le Sundowns re ba fa 3 point re ba fa 6 goals ya goals different lona le rona ha re no e bona cup league this year le ha inke Sundowns 9 for the 9th part ha inke lona bo makhe ha re batle hore le ka tshwara league eno jo re ke se roba le re ka dula kae jo re ka tshika mkoti e ka ba irane mo ha ka ya winwa ke lona we will ha dumella hore Pirates yona e long ka league mara no general jwetsa nne le bapale hantle mapagane a le ipokeletse ka di point le tseba hore Sundowns ka di 5 yona in a league 6 goals e lo reng ha lena yona lona ke rena re file 3 re tlo ba fa double ya ntwe re le fileng so ipeng hantle.
Okay Pastor John 3 points is 3 points it's good. No?
But the economy is leg, man.
How?
The economy is leg. Usually a win for Chiefs is a win for the economy. But you see what's happening in Iran. Petrol in Yoko next month.
Yeah.
I like, you know what? We'll take this win and we move on. I'm glad I haven't heard Tabatsaore. We are back. Guys, relax. You saw what happened. The last 2 minutes, our butt cheeks were gaining muscles. Had it been just a team above us, had it been Skukun, had it been a Chrobla, we would have been here preaching. And feel someone for our neighbors to go, hey, guys, take this W and move on. Because at the end of the day, this is the same performance we've been seeing since the season started. It makes you even wonder if these guys even go through a preseason. Because it's like we are trying to learn each other. But then I still question the offensive awareness of our attacking players. I think one thing I was glad, the first substitute that showed some form of positivity was Dupree out for Velebai. And you could see some form of positive play. The second one, which shocked me, I didn't think this would happen, was to replace Duba and put in a Lilepo striker. And for some odd reason, the football god says our Taran goal. So I'm happy with even our neighbors calling us 1-0 FC. As long as that 1-0, it for 3 points. What can we do?
How important is those 1-0s and the 3 points for management and for a rebuild? If really we're in a rebuild and really Chiefs is trying to get back on track, how important is, even if Dladile, whatever we Dladile, just to rukenye goal or 3 points of it, how important is that?
No, for management, it glosses over a lot of things, Wawan. It's like you are bandaging a few cracks there and there. To me, these 1-0s, what we've been seeing is basically like, you know, that tender that you find out or no. Tender is...
Ow. Oh, but... Hey, Pastor John. Guys, can you still hear me? There in the comments. I think we've lost Pastor John a little bit there. I hope I'm still online. Can you guys hear me? Guys, follow if you have not followed. Follow if you have not followed. Okay. My thoughts are going to be out in an hour's time. So here's my thing. My thing is very simple. Well, in 2 hours' time. Here's my thing. I think a lot of the things that we saw can be corrected very easily. I think we saw when Velepai came on, he held that touchline. He was a little bit more disciplined. It allowed for a lot more better play on that side. Vilakazi comes on and you're playing a player that has played a little bit more of winger, playing as an actual winger. Now you see some of the control and some of the gameplay that they had. Fine. So some of the things, honestly, and I keep saying this, it's not that Chiefs is a bad team, but a lot of the time it's just that, guys, can you put the players in the right places? Now, the nice thing about these 1-0s for me is that it gives you time. So this 1-0 is going to keep a lot of the noise quiet. So all of the noise that has been happening over the past few weeks with Kaizer Jr. and memos and whatnot, as long as you keep winning, but now you have to make sure that you are planning for the future. The reason I was asking the question about the 1-0s and stuff like that is that this 1-0 gives you a little bit of quiet time, and I hope that they use the quiet time to build towards something, and then in this time they are planning. Not with maybe these guys, maybe not with whatever, or Kaizer Chiefs doesn't really trust them, but can you build to this? Now, to go to the game, guys, everybody wants to be a hero. The defense was left bare a couple of times where there were some issues, right? And fortunately for Chiefs, Durban City also didn't really come in today to do much. They also didn't have, half time they didn't even have a shot on target. They really tried to put Chiefs under pressure towards the end of the game. So for me, on a bigger picture, it's kind of disappointing, because this is number 5 and number 6. Yes, we're complaining about Chiefs. Obviously, Chiefs, there's going to be a lot of noise associated with them. But we also have to look at everybody else to say that, Maraca is now Durban City. What's going on? They've also made a ton of changes to their coaching staff. And now you're seeing maybe some of the results of doing that, right? Where you did well early in the season, now you're falling away. So for me, unfortunately, it says a little bit... It reflects a little bit badly on our league that this is the game that we got. And Chiefs, to their credit, look, they were the more positive of the team today. They had the box entries. They had the chances, but couldn't convert. So I guess this is a question we have to ask about our league's level in general. But guys, thank you so much for joining me. I will see you guys on the next one. I need to try and make time so we can speak about these things fully. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you then on Tuesday. Bye everyone. Hey, Pilaruna, respano ko rugby now.